What keeps me up at night is that I don't have enough time left in my life to correct the situation. That's what keeps me up at night. There is such a lot of opportunity and I don't have the time. That's really the enormity of the opportunity and the amount of work that has to be done. I just wish I was 20, 30 years younger. The challenges are primarily a legacy of outdated norms that do not recognize today's reality and today's compulsion for the environment. So we are doing things more or less in a crisis situation because there's a very fast pace of urbanization that is happening in India today. And we still tend to adopt the same old practices that, according to norms, were fixed 50 years ago, 60 years ago. And so getting the decision makers to change the mindset to, number one, realize what the opportunity is, to realize what the big challenges are, to realize how much limited time we have, and then to adapt to the new realities of today. That is a huge challenge. So you get stuck in people not willing to go out on a limb to take new decisions, different decisions. They played by the book, business as usual. That is a big challenge. India has been a rural country. Even today, the urbanization is only 30%. But it is rapidly increasing to about 65 to 75%, depending on who you speak to, by 2050. So this tsunami, I call it, tsunami of people coming into cities is beginning to happen now with the liberalization of the economy, which is less than 20 years old. So new opportunities in the cities are growing, and the urban-rural economic divide is forcing people to come into the cities. But India is only 10% built. 90% is yet to be built. And it has to be built at a scale that is unprecedented in human history, has not even happened in China in terms of scale. So whereas we have huge challenges to create at the same pace as the urbanization is happening, but we have a huge opportunity to adopt practices that have evolved in other parts of the world but are no longer relevant in the modern age. And so you can leapfrog some of the technologies and adopt new technologies to build the new cities rather than go through the evolutionary process that other parts of the world have been in. I have to think very hard for this answer. There's no easy answer for this. What is happening is there is a bit of a can-do attitude. And since there are no benchmarks anywhere in the world, you don't build new cities every day. There are not too many examples of new cities being built that are successful, at least in our part of the world. So you don't have to follow any rule books, and you don't have to follow any appropriate business plans. You just have to go ahead and do it. And so there's a huge learning curve. So that is very encouraging, that people are beginning to think that this is a great economic opportunity and I have to build a new city. And they look around the world and they don't find too many examples. So they just go ahead and do it the best that they know how. Make mistakes, but learn while you're doing it. So that is, I think, the greatest encouragement that I see, a very strong can-do attitude that is now developing. I've had this discussion several times with people in the West. I'm being interviewed in the West. So a lot of the environmental practices, best environment practices in the West have been achieved after a level of affluence has been achieved. People have reached a certain level of aspiration already. People have cars, people have refrigerators, people have television sets, people have modern comforts. In a developing environment, you cannot ignore the aspirations of people. So you have to allow for doing things in an environmentally sustainable way while not neglecting the aspirations of people. They want an improved lifestyle, and for them an improved lifestyle means moving from a bicycle to a motorcycle or to a car, not moving from a car to a bicycle. So I think that is the key difference that has to be kept in mind. So when you design a new city, you have to provide for aspirations of people to be fulfilled. Otherwise, there will be no support, stakeholder support. People will not feel ownership to a city unless they can improve their quality of life and meet their aspirations. So I think this is the biggest. Everybody knows what sustainable is, more or less. And new technologies are coming, but it should not be at the price of sacrificing aspirations of people.